Hello everyone, my name is Sark and welcome back to another SH Figuarts review. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at AKAZA from Demon Slayer, pretty much the counterpart to Rengoku, and I'm not gonna lie, this guy is already definitely underwhelming because of how many accessories he comes with. Like, he only comes with 4 faceplates and 3 separate hands. That's not a lot. So, yeah, I have good hopes that this guy is very well articulated, but I have no hopes that I'm going to be really happy with how, lackluster he is. So without further ado, let's take him out and see how he looks. Alright, so here we have AKAZA from Demon Slayer, and I gotta say, this guy is actually really good in terms of articulation, and very good looking as well in terms of just the aesthetic. But I will mention that the aesthetic also gets a little bit broken up when we actually pose him a little bit. He has a lot of gaps, to say the least, and honestly, it's not the biggest ordeal ever, but it's definitely something that you should kind of take into consideration. So, aesthetically, he looks fine. He has that plasticky look onto his body, which is unfortunate because the face is very matte finish, the body not so much. The painted parts, like the strips around his body, are very well done. Doesn't seem to be an issue there. Definitely seems to be more factory issued than anything. And he just looks good in general. Like, it's actually a really good looking figure. The pants are just pure white plastic, which is not the biggest issue there. So yeah, aesthetically he looks fine, especially when he's just posed up like this. Now, one of the biggest issues I have, this. Why did they do it like this? Why? They've done multiple jackets in the past. I don't know why this one is completely different. Like, this is a vest. Usually vests look pretty good, but not this one for some reason. This one has insane gaps in between. What they could have done, they could have extended this piece to go all the way through, and allowed this piece to go over it. That way, when you actually extend the arms or the butterfly joints, it doesn't look bad. But that's one of the bigger issues there. And then I'll show the second one that technically there's 2 more. But not necessarily. So articulation-wise, with his head, he can look down about this far, which is really good. Looking up, also really good because he has a pretty simplified head. And of course, the neck is also very well articulated. Looking side to side, very well done. Pivoting action also done perfectly. Arms can go way past the T-pose, which is awesome. Very good and very well articulated. Well articulated, that's what I meant to say. Bicep swivel. Butterfly joints are actually immaculate. They can get his arms across very easily, so love that. Double jointed elbow, that does not look bad whatsoever. And a wrist hinge that works as intended. Now, for the diaphragm, he can go all the way forward like this with the diaphragm alone. With the ab crunch, he can actually get a little bit more. And then backwards is actually really good. He does get pretty major gaps, in my opinion. These are actually insane gaps for a figure. Like, you can see them from the front, too. That's not that good. But, hey, if it works, it works. Now, for the legs, he has perfect splits, which is awesome. Kicking forward, better than 90 degrees right there. Although, I'm interested to ask, or I'm very curious as to why they didn't make this piece of soft plastic. It's hard plastic. Pure hard plastic. I don't understand why they didn't make this soft plastic, because if they made it soft plastic, this could go way further. And that's pretty much what they're trying to capitalize with this figure. Like, granted, they are using, like, if you look at the back of the box right here, they're trying to show you that he does articulate very well. And granted, he really does. He has great articulation. The diaphragm also has insane motion too, so that's going to help you out a lot. But if they would have made the crotch piece a soft plastic, it would have been great. Now, that's another kind of issue that I had with this. Not the biggest ordeal, but it is something to note. Now, with the actual knee, it is a single jointed knee, And it does work similarly to the other figures in the Demon Slayer line, but there's a major gap. That's like actually super separated. If we take a look at Rengoku's, that's a major difference. And you might be saying, well, these are baggy pants compared to this. They've shown that they can do baggy pants without a gap. I don't know why this one has such a major gap here. Like, it's not connected, it's not smooth, and the reason for it is because they used these little pegs as a hinge. This is your hinge. There is no inside hinge, no nothing. They could have just retooled the legs to work very similarly to Rengoku's, where you can actually get really good articulation. This one does get better than 90 degrees. That's an insane range. But again, they could have made it so it just goes all the way back like this. And it would have only had an issue in the back, where you actually see the little joint here. But again, that's better than having just a huge gap in the front, especially when you're actually using him. We do have calf movement going forward and backwards, a thigh swivel that works, and a foot that goes forward this far and backwards this far with a nice, actually terrible toe hinge. I thought it was going to be nice because it's an actual foot, so they usually round the feet. But why is this? That's terrible. That's actually just terrible. Okay, terrible foot hinge or toe hinge. So yeah, articulation-wise, he's great, but there are some issues with his aesthetic, or technically just the sculpt itself. I don't know. There's a lot of weird little designs that they've chosen to do that I don't understand why they did them, but it's whatever at this point. He's here, although I'm pretty sure this figure is $90. So for a $90 figure, it's very much lackluster and everything else besides the aesthetic and somewhat articulation. And I'll get into that towards the end. But now let's look at the accessories, because he has nothing. He has absolutely nothing. Alright, accessories, pretty garbage in terms of the amount. We have a face that he's angry and smirking, or not technically smirking, but yeah, he's smiling throughout it. We have a very serious face right here. The one that he comes with is already smiling. We have a looking to the side, smiling with open mouth face, which, again, these faces look great. Although, I do think that the eyes do get lost a little bit, especially just the regular eyes. Like, is it just me being blind? Because I feel like they do get lost. I feel like they could have made them a little bit brighter, but hey, that's fine. And then an angry expression where he is mad that Rengoku's actually doing something against him. We have two reaching out hands with kind of like a fighting pose style, and then the karate chop hand that he does against Rengoku. So that's pretty lackluster. So I'm going to go right into my final thoughts. This figure is a good figure. I will not deny that. But everything else about it is just quite lackluster. Like, the figure itself is good. There are issues with it that are more aesthetically, like, creative choices from the team that I'm, like, a little bit confused about. The hinges on the knees are fine. But why is there such a big gap between them? That's what I don't get. Like, just fill in that extra little gap with more white plastic and it still would go fine. It wouldn't look that bad. But there's such a big gap there that I'm like, okay, why is there such a big gap? They could have just made it better too. And then of course, the vest on the back, don't understand why he is like that. Now, as a final score, I'm going to give this guy a 7 out of 10. He's a great figure, but there are so many downsides to him already. First, of course, the big main one is the lack of accessories. He has no accessories whatsoever that we could have actually used from the show/manga, so that is one unfortunate thing. Second, and I understand that they don't want to like spoil anything from the show or the manga itself, so I understand why he lacks accessories, but at the same time, he could have had accessories. Second, the pricing. He is $80, the same price as Rengoku. Rengoku is actually worth the price. in my opinion. Almost. He's like barely cutting it in terms of how much worth he is. Wait for this guy to go on sale. He will go on sale. He did not sell that whatsoever. He's still available for pre-order. Do not pre-order him. Just wait for him to go on sale during the holidays, because he will go on sale. I will promise you this. If he doesn't, then I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah. Now, second, what did I mention? I mentioned the accessories and the price, and also, of course, the aesthetic. The creative choices are just stupid because they could have fully fixed them aesthetically, but I've already mentioned how they could have fixed them in the video and even just recently as well. So yeah, I think a 7 is good. He's still a good figure, don't get me wrong, but again, there are so many things that kind of bring him down that I can't go any higher than a 7. So besides that, that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. So let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? But if you do, let me know that in the comments below. But besides that, that's like and subscribe and all that sort of jazz. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.